Welcome to Health Coach for Women. Intentional living for more happiness and fulfillment in your everyday life with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. Join Marsha as she shares her own personal wellness journey, as well as stories from our guests that will enlighten and inspire you to move towards better health and happiness. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative and holistic solutions for better health and wellness. And I am your host, Marsha. So, of course, before we get started, I'd like for you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and be sure to like this episode at the end of the podcast. Now, I want to start out with a quote. All right. You know, I love quotes. So here it is. I have no idea who said it, but health coaching is the bridge that takes you from wanting something to actually achieving it. Okay. So this relates to today's topic. All right. Which is navigating the path to wellness, the benefits of a holistic health coach. So that's what I'll be talking to you about today. So some people say, well, what is a health coach? What do they actually do? Right. So I'll be answering some of those questions for you here today on this episode. So what exactly is a health coach? Right. And so a health coach is someone who is a trained professional, of course, and what we do, we support people in achieving their health and wellness goals, as well as their life goals, because a health coach, especially a holistic health coach, is someone who deals with someone on a holistic level, all areas of their life, right? Which includes their physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and even financial wellness, right? And so that is what a health coach is. That is what we do. And so another question that some people wonder, so what is the actual training for a health coach, right? What is the actual training? Well, you know, some people say you may need a certification, right? Which is good to get a certification because you get the experience and learning the methods of coaching and learning how to ask questions, specific questions, and things like that. But do you need certification? It's good to get certification, but some people do it based on their own wellness journey. It doesn't mean that someone does not have the expertise and knowledge to share that and help someone else. But yes, it is. It's good if you can get that training. There's many health coach training schools, such as integrative health medicine, or something like that. That's one of them. Health Coach Institute. That is where I had my training in, and there are a host of others, right? And so what we do is we help people through their health and wellness goals, right? And we help them in different areas of their life. And so when it comes to certification training, if you're specifically in health coach training, you do receive nutrition classes, right? So for those of you who are wondering, you do get nutrition classes, right? And so depending on the school, you know, you may get the basic standard nutrition. And did you guys know, sidebar, did you guys know that doctors they get like a little course in nutrition? It's not even a full semester of nutrition. So just so you guys know, they're not even trained fully on nutrition as a registered dietitian or nutritionist, but that was just a sidebar. Okay, so you can get certification as a health coach, where you go through the process of actually coaching, as well as learning your basic nutrition essentials, such as micro and macronutrients, essential vitamins, vitamin A, E, K, all of that stuff, right? All the basics. You get the gist of what I'm saying. So that is what the certification is, some of the training that you will receive when you go through health coach training and certification, as well as mindset training. And because that's important, because you're trying to help a person get from where they are to where they want to be, right? And so another question that I get that people are also wonder is, well, what is the difference between a holistic health coach or health coach and a registered dietitian and a nutritionist, right? Well, those for the RD, for the registered dietitians and nutritionists, they get specific training, right? They get more in depth with learning all the aspects of nutrition and things like that. And for people who are holistic health coach, I believe, I would say, I know I do, I still continue learning as much as I can about nutrition, taking other courses and things like that. But from a holistic approach, where I'm looking at alternative measures to health, where it's not just about taking prescribed pills, prescription medicine. All right. And so these people are trained specifically in that area of nutrition, dietetics, and things like that. And so the difference is, right, with that, besides the additional training, right? So for holistic health coaches, what we do is give ongoing support, right? And then I'm sure you have our nutritionists and things that they have their own practice where they do health coaching as well, where they give ongoing additional support. Now this is where health coaches come in, right? In the role of healthcare, right? So what role do they play in healthcare? Well, there is an increasing demand of health coaches now in the healthcare industry. There is an increasing demand, right, for health coaches. And one of the main drivers, right, for growing health coaches is the increasing rates of health disease, chronic conditions, right? Increasing chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, obesity, and so according to the CDC, the Centers for Disease and Control, it says over 60% of American adults have at least one chronic condition, right? Chronic meaning ongoing, continuously. So, and many of these conditions are preventable, and it can be managed through lifestyle changes, right? Lifestyle changes. And so health coaches, such as myself, play a critical role in helping individuals make these shifts, make these changes to improve their overall health. And another factor is the rising awareness and awareness of preventive care, right? And so we know from the past 2 years with the whole pandemic situation with COVID in the past, that more people became more, what's the word I'm looking for? More concerned about their health, right? They were more concerned about their health than ever before, where they weren't buying vitamin C and things like that. And so we know that, during that time, which was a rough time, that, people who weren't taking care of themselves, number one, or wasn't really as health conscious as they may be now. We were looking for supplements, right? The shelves were empty of vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, these things like that. And these are things that I've been taking for years. These are things that I've been consuming for years, and maybe others have too. And so, as you know, I mentioned before that I actually came in contact and got COVID myself, right? Because it was during that time, I'm still in the healthcare, working in the healthcare industry. And one of the patients had COVID, and that's how I got it. And for me, it was basically like If I had a little cold, right? So I didn't get the symptoms as other people had gotten the symptoms. It affects everyone differently. Do I think that me taking my supplements and me, practicing the health practices that I do is played a role in that? I definitely do, right? I definitely do. And so how you take care and manage your health definitely is a factor, right? And if you have health related issues. Okay, so we know that during that time that, again, if you weren't as health conscious, that experience, that time led you to becoming more health conscious, right? And taking and using more herbal and natural remedies for health and healing. So that is how health coaches are even more in demand, right? And helping these people, helping individuals in the process, right? Because when you go to the doctor's office, right, he'll prescribe whatever the solution is for your particular illness or your particular condition. He'll prescribe and tell you, do such and such and such, or maybe you need to focus on either dropping a few pounds because you're a diabetic, you need to shed some pounds, you need to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is that he prescribes for you to do, right? But in addition to that, you may need some ongoing support, right? And some places do not have health coaches, right? Some places do not have health coaches in their facility, or they may work with someone who they work with and partner with where they can recommend or refer a health coach to you, right? And so you should look into that, right? You should look into that because sometimes, changing a habit and changing your lifestyle, it can be a challenge, but it doesn't have to when you have the right support. It doesn't have to be as difficult when you have someone there to rely on and that you can a go-to person, so to speak, right? Because the doctor is too busy. He doesn't have time to be on a call with you and help you and telling you what foods you should eat and providing you with a food list and what foods you should avoid, right? He can give you the basics. He can give you the packages, say, here, this is what you need to do this. But the whole process and moving along can be a challenge, right? And so that's where the health coaches come in. So what are some of the benefits, right? So what are some of the benefits of having an actual health coach, right? And I already mentioned a few already. What are some of the benefits? Well, and I'm going by studies, right? Studies have shown that individuals who work with health coaches are more likely to achieve their health goals and maintain their progress over time. All right, so health coaches provide ongoing support, accountability, right, and motivation, which can be easily helpful, especially helpful for individuals who struggle with making those lifestyle changes on their own. When I went about making my change, right, and I had to motivate and I had to push myself because I was so tired of the why me, right? I was so tired of the why me with everything that was happening and going on in my life at that time. And so one of the things for me was that I knew I needed to change my diet, right? And I also talked about, my time when I had very low in vitamin D, which impacted my mood, right? As well as getting leg cramps and joint pain, right? I experienced those things and fatigue, all of these things, right? Which, again, I can look back now and didn't know at the time until I had a visit to the doctor and they did a checkup, full, complete checkup, and realized that I was low in vitamin D and I had to get a prescription amount of vitamin D. And so that's why I tell you guys, to do your healthcare checkup and get everything checked out, all your levels, get everything checked out. And if your doctor isn't able to provide you with a complete full blood panel, you need to find someone who can, right? Find another doctor that you can get the proper labs done, get everything checked out. Preventive measures are the best, right? And this is what this whole topic about. Preventive measures are best. So now this here is saying that, health coaches are available for some employers, right? Health coaches are available because they realize the importance of people being healthy, because when they're not healthy, what? They don't come to work. And when they're not at their best, they're not as productive. It just makes sense, right? It makes sense. And so now, according to this study by the American Journal of Health Promotion, it says every dollar invested in health coaching services resulted in a return on investment. Check that out. A return on investment of $3.85 due to reduced healthcare costs and increased productivity. Okay, so this makes health coaching an attractive option for companies looking to improve health and reduce healthcare costs. Again, preventive measures are the best measures, because when people are sick and have chronic ongoing conditions, they miss work. They're not at work a lot, right? They miss work, or when they're there, they're suffering in pain or whatever, and they're not at their best. They're not at their best. And so in addition to the growing demand for health coaches in traditional healthcare settings, it's saying there's a rising interest in integrative and natural health practices. So why is there a rise, right? Why is there a rise? Because they see that there is a need, and it's beneficial, right? It's beneficial and proven to help the individual. Okay, so many individuals are seeking out complementary therapies, and I've talked about this in a few episodes before, on alternative measures for pain, right? Alternative measures for chronic pain and stress and things like that. So they're looking at this. They're looking at this now, and they're saying that they can work along naturopaths, doctors. You have naturopath doctors, acupuncturists, right? And there are even holistic chiropractors also, and other practitioners as well provide a holistic approach to wellness. And I find this to be so interesting and amazing. And overall, the growing demand for health coaches is positive. And what I see, my own personal opinion, is that health coaches and naturopaths, holistic alternative healthcare practitioners are going to change the way we see healthcare, is going to change, revolutionize healthcare. Okay, and this is my belief. This is what because the more people seek this out, the more they have to end up conforming. All right, so if we're choosing to go a natural path, right, and if we're choosing herbal remedies, right, with expert herbalists and things like that, or expert practitioners who are highly educated on these herbal medicines and treatments and things like that. What do you think that's going to do to the industry, to the healthcare industry, to the pharmaceutical industry? It may not eliminate them totally all the way, right? Because we know that they are the big, they have the stronghold in certain areas, right? And I'm not going to dive too much into that because I don't want to get censored or get a warning or anything like that. All right. So, but just to tap on that a little bit and touch on that a little bit more, revolutionizing healthcare as we know it, right? And so where people can take preventive measures on their own, and they can be able to say, no, I want to look into some other holistic or other alternative practices. Maybe I want to try or acupuncture. Maybe I wanted to look into some holistic chiropractic medicine. Maybe I want to try some other form of healing, right? Maybe I want to try some cranial sacral therapy. Maybe I want to try manual lymphatic therapy, right? That helps boost the immune system, all right? And to look at all these different alternative ways, and even meditation, right? Meditation practices. There's proven studies on that, how beneficial it is. And I myself have done it all along on my journey when I was going through what I was going through, right? And so it's what helped me along the way. It's what helped me. And it wasn't just that one thing, it was different things that I did, right? I had to change my mindset. I had to reprogram the way I think, all right? I had to listen to meditations, right? And put myself in a mind frame of letting go, right? Letting go of things that I couldn't control and things of that nature, being willing to change and not eat certain foods, right? Eliminate certain foods from my diet, right? And do you fall off track sometimes? Yeah, you do. Yeah, myself included, right? Do you fall off track sometimes or during the journey in this process? I have, right? And I fell off track before. And, and I was doing it alone. So I didn't have a health coach. I just knew that something had to change, right? I didn't have a health coach. I didn't have a coach there for me, although I have had coaches before in the past, which I find to be very beneficial because they help you on your journey and they help you to become more self-aware. And that's what I love about it. And so this is how the whole healthcare industry is going to change, and not only change, but change for the better. And how it impacts you. It impacts you in a positive way, because now you're more mindful when it comes to your health, right? You're more mindful in the choices and the decisions that you make when it comes to your health. And I talk about a lot of these things. Talk about it, in the book. I bring up the book because there's not just one area that I talk about in the book, right? Transcendence. Okay. There's more than one thing that I talk about in the book. A Woman's Guide to Healing and Self-Love for Better Health and Happiness and Abundance, right? I talk about the things, different areas in the book. I tap on nutrition. I tap on mindfulness, meditation, exercising, different things in here that's beneficial. And I simplified it, right? I simplified it for you so that you can be able to read with ease, right? I talked about my own mental health diagnosis in the book. I talk about that. I talk about various topics in the book. And so I'm not just someone who just went and took a health training course, as well as neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. And I'm not someone who just learned, right? But I also learned and experienced from my own experiences that I bring to the table. And this is what I want for you all, right? Whether it's with me or with someone else, to empower yourself, right? Find a way to be empowered and taking control of your life and your health, right? By being informed, reading information, looking, and my things are cited in here in the book as well. I didn't just write something. My things are cited. I have all my citations in the back. So educate yourself, read. There's so much that you can learn from just reading, picking up a book and reading, to help you learn more and to get better health and to get you to where you want to go. But of course, a health coach can help you on your way as well, right? So just my little plug. But okay, so I digress with little jokes for a minute. So, okay, so what the benefits of having a health coach, I would just go over it again, is personalized support, right? And so everyone's journey is different. One person may be looking to lose weight. Another person is looking to probably balance their microbiome, get their gut healthy, right? Get their gut healthy, right? And focus on or their brain and their gut, because we know the two works together, right? Brain and gut health, right? What's in our stomach can impact our mindset, our thoughts, our moods, our behaviors, right? The things that we are eating. When there's disharmony in the gut, it can have an impact on the person in various different ways, right? And I talked about that on another episode as well. I talked about that. And so you can be looking for whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. A health coach can help you get there, right? Because we can help you not just in health, just with life too, right? You know, I mean, I'm a certified life and health coach, but to provide you with that support, right? And to work on developing a personalized plan specifically for you and what you are trying to achieve, and as well as hold you accountable, right? Hold you accountable in achieving those goals for your ongoing, and giving you that ongoing support and encouragement that you need, as well as and giving yourself some grace when you fall short, because you will fall short. Okay, you will fall short, and we already know that as coaches. We already know that you will at some point in time fall short. Okay, it's very rare that people don't fall short, but you will, and that's okay, right? You give yourself some grace and empowerment, right? Empowering yourself as a holistic health coach, right? We help you take charge of your health, your life, right? And so to help you to find that balance, that harmony, alignment, right? To be in alignment with yourself, your true self, and your potential, right? So it's not just improving your health, because daggone it, when you feel better, you look better. It shows, right? There's an increase in your confidence. You have more of a glow. You're happier. You feel better, and you feel unstoppable. Like there is nothing that can get in your way, right? And so that's what I love to see. That's what I love to see, to be able to, even when I post certain things, and and people who've never worked with me, but they've paid attention to me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, but I'm mostly on Instagram, where they pay attention to, what I'm doing. Oh, and my YouTube channel, of course, duh. But they pay attention to, and they receive some benefit, right? And so they may reach out and say, thank you. Thank you. You've helped me, on blah, blah, blah. You've helped me with this. And they haven't worked with me, but just the information that I'm sharing and giving them. And you can use that and implement it in your life. And so that's my purpose of this episode for this week, is to know the importance of your health, right? Know the importance of your health. And if you're looking to work with a health coach, if you're looking for that extra support, that extra one-on-one support, and I'm willing to even do one-on-one coaching, right? And so I'm willing to give you that time. I'm willing to work with you on your journey and to help you get to where you need to be. And if you are someone who is dealing with imbalance, either with your hormones or with your gut, you're having issues with your gut and or cognition, not being able to focus as much. We're going to look into that. We're going to look at it. That's where I can come in and I can help you. We'll look at that and see what's going on. All right. And the first step is knowing what you want and being clear, right? And being clear and being committed for yourself, to help yourself to get to where you want to be. Who likes being in pain? No one likes being in pain. No one likes experiencing high-level stress at work every day, right? And nurses and nursing assistants, I know where you are, okay? So it's take your break. And this is what I say, take your break. Take your 30 minutes. Stop feeling like you can't take a break because you don't have enough time, or, you have to get this charting done, or, you have to make sure you pass all these meds. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, you better take your break. Okay. Take your break. All right. And so your patients and your residents matter, but guess what? So do you. You matter. And so when you can't show up, how can you be there for them when you can't even be there for yourself? And so that's why I'm always saying that you have to matter. You have to come first, right? And so when you're long and gone, okay, these patients and residents, they will always be there. Hospitals will always have patients. All right. That's not the goal. That's not what we want. We want people to be at optimal health, but they'll always be there, right? Because people get sick. It happens, right? People get sick. And so our goal as health practitioners, holistic health practitioners, naturopaths, practitioners in general, health practitioners, that is our goal, to help people along the way, to help them to get better in their health, in their life, so that they can feel better and feel happy and feel good in their bodies and have more vitality, have more energy, and less pain, right? And being able to manage their thoughts, all right, manage their emotions, not avoid your emotions, but to be able to manage it and to experience the emotions, but more in a more positive way, right? Where we can reflect back, okay, and look at the experience and what we can do and how we can improve. That's what it's all about. And so I think I covered just about everything I wanted to cover in this episode today. And so if you are considering wanting to speak with a coach, or just to get some clarity, schedule a call. Okay. You have nothing to lose. Okay. But everything to gain. Schedule a call, book a call, and I'll leave a link in the description where you can schedule a session with me, absolutely free, at no charge. And I'm willing to work with you on that call and to give you that clarity. All right. And so I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, if you haven't gotten the book yet, go ahead and get the book, Transcendence, A Woman's Guide to Healing and Self-Love for Better Health, Happiness, and Abundance. This title is kind of long, but I like it because it covered what it needed to cover. Okay, so that was my little plug. Also, I have the Intentional Living self-care journal filled with quotes. Go on Amazon, you can type in my name, Marsha Roopchand-Walker, and you can go there and check it out. And that's all I have for now. I have another book coming up, but I'm not going to reveal it yet. All right, but it's coming soon. All right. Thank you so much. Again, if you liked today's episode, go ahead, hit the like button, share, subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening to Health Coach for Women with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate that effort. Until next time.